Hi guys, I'm Mario Frato and this is Making the Case. So I suffered through all 4 nights of the Democratic Convention for you guys, and I endured all the terrible speeches from Michelle and Hillary, Barack, Kamala, Joe, even the social justice nonsense and the bad jokes. But there was something that really jumped out at me, and it was when every time there was a black woman speaking, she would refer to Kamala Harris as my sister or the sister or our sister, and it was almost as if they were trying to let us know that Kamala Harris is actually black. Now, I really don't remember this ever happening with Michelle Obama, and maybe that's because it was really never in question if Michelle Obama was black or not. But in this case, it was really weird. Now, personally, I could care less if Kamala Harris is more Indian and white than she is black, but this seems to be a major issue for the Democrats, and Joe Biden even said specifically that he was going to pick a woman of color. And remember, Joe Biden actually got a letter from over 100 prominent black men like P. Diddy and Charlemagne the God, threatening him that if he didn't pick a black woman, that he was going to lose the election. And it could possibly be because of the story that she's part Irish on her father's side, and I guess back in Jamaica, her father's family had owned slaves, so they wanted to make it clear that even though she's only a little bit black, she's still a sister. I also found it funny that when Kamala Harris was speaking, it looked like her eyes were kind of stuck squinted, like maybe she had had some bad plastic surgery, her face was kind of stiff. So I looked into it and it appears to be true. Now, if you think this is a photoshopped picture, I'm going to play some video right now of her on MSNBC last month after John Lewis had died. So take a look at this video.
He was, the quiet conversations that we would have, he was always so encouraging. He encouraged ambition in women.
Now you might be asking yourself why somebody would do that, and I would imagine that she was anticipating being the VP pick last month, so she wanted to make herself look a little younger, but obviously that didn't go as planned. Now if that wasn't enough for you, there was also this awkward moment with Nancy Pelosi where it appeared like her jaw came unhinged like a python or something, or maybe it was just the booze getting to her, but anyways, it was really weird, so take a look at this video.
We will elect Kamala Harris vice president, and we will elect Joe Biden President of the United States of America.
So finally, there was the supposed climax of this whole snooze fest, which was the Democratic Convention, and that was Joe Biden giving his acceptance speech for the nomination. Now, Joe was probably pretty exhausted because this was most likely the most he's spoken in years with or without a teleprompter, and he says that there's nothing we've been able to accomplish. Now, he's actually right if he was talking about himself and the Democrats in his last 50 years in government. But take a look at that clip here.
For Lord's sake, this is the United States of America. And there's never been anything we've been able to accomplish.
So I think towards the end, he was really trying to not be Sleepy Joe, as President Trump calls him, and he was trying to be a little more energized. So it's almost like there was a cue in his speech that was highlighted or something telling him to show a little more energy. But I think he took that the wrong way. And instead of being, warm or passionate, he seemed to come off as loud and angry. But he was talking about hope, love, and light. Take a look at that here.
This is our moment to make hope and history rhyme. With passion and purpose, let us begin, you and I together, one nation, under God, united in our love for America, united in our love for each other. For love is more powerful than hate, hope is more powerful than fear, and light is more powerful than dark. This is our moment, this is our mission. May history be able to say that the end of this chapter of American darkness began here, tonight, as love and hope and light join in the battle for the soul of the nation. And this is a battle we will win, and we'll do it together. I promise you. Thank you, and may God bless you.
I think Joe really didn't understand the words or the moment he was in at the time. I was actually subjecting my wife to watching this with me, and she turned and said to me, "Why is he getting so mad?" And she said that she felt bad for him. He kind of has that glossed over look in his eyes where he seems confused all the time, and this time was no exception. Now, while I admit the speech went better than expected, we had set the bar for Joe extremely low here. Now, there definitely were moments where he made some mistakes or his tone seemed a little off, but he wasn't waving his hand at the teleprompter like he has in the past, or saying, "You know the thing," and forgetting what he was talking about. So, in that regard, it was a success. So I intentionally suffered through a few minutes of CNN after Joe Biden's speech, and I wanted to see how fake they would be, and they didn't disappoint me. Van Jones had come on, and he admitted that regardless of how Biden's speech went, they were all prepared to come on the air and praise him for the speech. Take a listen to Van Jones here.
And that sound that you hear all across the country is the sound of Democrats exhaling. That's what that is. People would have accepted anything. We just wanted Joe to get out there. So, sometimes when he gets out there, you're afraid he's going to make a mistake. He's going to have a gaffe. The expectations are so low. And we were prepared for it to be a terrible speech. As long as he didn't embarrass himself, we were going to come out here and praise it. You don't have to make nothing up tonight. Joe Biden did that thing tonight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Governor?
This really speaks to a larger problem in the country right now, where the mainstream media is willing to say anything that will move their agenda forward. The narrative is always more important than the truth for them. Now, with the Republican convention starting tomorrow, there's already been talk that the mainstream media is not going to give as much airtime to the Republicans as they did to the Democrats, so that's really something we need to look out for. But more importantly than how long they cover the convention, let's see how they cover it. Let's see when they describe President Trump's speech, if they describe it as optimistic and hopeful, which it probably will be, or if they're going to describe it as dark and divisive. But I think we all know how the media is going to treat him. It's going to be par for the course. But I really do believe that President Trump has a chance to unite the country. Guys, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.